You're listening to BambinoBabble's story. Once upon a time, in a peaceful countryside, there lived a kind-hearted farmer named Old MacDonald. He owned a beautiful farm where he cared for a wide variety of animals. Each day, Old MacDonald would wake up early and tend to his farm, making sure all the animals were fed and happy. Old MacDonald's farm was a bustling place with all sorts of animals. There were cows, pigs, chickens, ducks, horses, sheep, and even a mischievous goat named Gus. Every animal had a special place on the farm, and they all lived harmoniously together. One sunny morning, as Old MacDonald was feeding the animals, he noticed that the chickens were acting strangely. Instead of clucking happily, they seemed restless and uneasy. Curious, Old MacDonald decided to investigate. He followed the chickens to their coop and discovered a surprise. Nestled in the corner of the coop was a tiny, abandoned egg. It was different from the other eggs, with beautiful golden spots. Old MacDonald carefully picked it up and decided to take it back to his farmhouse. As the days went by, Old MacDonald nurtured the egg with love and care. He kept it warm and protected, hoping that it would hatch into something extraordinary. And one fateful morning, his patience paid off. The egg cracked open, revealing a small, golden chick. The chick was unlike anything Old MacDonald had ever seen. It had shimmering feathers that glowed in the sunlight. Old MacDonald named the chick Goldie and raised her as a beloved member of his farm. Goldie quickly became the talk of the farm. The other animals marveled at her golden feathers and friendly nature. But as Goldie grew older, she started to feel different from the other chickens. She longed for something more, a place where she truly belonged. One day, as Goldie was roaming around the farm, she stumbled upon a group of wild geese flying overhead. She was captivated by their graceful flight and the distant sound of their honking. Goldie felt a deep yearning to join them, to experience the freedom of soaring through the skies. Filled with determination, Goldie approached Old MacDonald and shared her desire to fly with the geese. Understanding her longing, Old MacDonald encouraged her to follow her dreams. He told her that she would always have a place on his farm, but reminded her that true happiness often lies in pursuing our passions. With a heavy heart, Goldie bid farewell to her farm friends and embarked on a thrilling adventure. She joined the flock of geese, and together they flew across vast landscapes, visiting breathtaking places and meeting new friends along the way. As Goldie explored the world beyond the farm, she discovered her own unique abilities. Her golden feathers shimmered even more brilliantly in the sunlight, and she could fly higher and faster than any other goose. Goldie's adventurous spirit and kind heart won her the respect and admiration of her fellow geese. But deep down, Goldie still missed her friends back at the farm. She missed Old MacDonald's gentle voice and the familiar sounds of the animals. She realized that while she loved her new life as a golden goose, her heart still belonged to the farm that had nurtured her. With a sense of longing, Goldie made the decision to return to Old MacDonald's farm. The other geese understood her choice and bid her farewell, knowing that she had found her true home. When Goldie arrived back at the farm, she was greeted with joyful squawks and barks. The animals were overjoyed to see her, and Old MacDonald embraced her warmly. Goldie's adventures had transformed her into a wiser and more confident bird, and she brought newfound inspiration and joy to the farm. From that day forward, Old MacDonald's farm was known for. Old MacDonald's farm flourished with newfound fame and prosperity. The animals, inspired by Goldie's adventures, found renewed energy and purpose in their daily routines. The cows produced more milk, the pigs grew fatter, and the chickens laid an abundance of eggs. The farm became a bustling hub of productivity and happiness. But amidst all the success, Old MacDonald never forgot the lessons he had learned from Goldie's journey. He realized that true fulfillment came not from external recognition or material wealth, but from the bonds of friendship, love, and following one's heart. Old MacDonald took it upon himself to share Goldie's story with children far and wide. He traveled to nearby schools, libraries, and community centers, recounting the tale of the golden goose who dared to dream. Children listened with wide eyes and hearts full of hope, inspired by Goldie's courage to pursue her passion. The farm also became a sanctuary for abandoned and injured animals. Old MacDonald and Goldie worked tirelessly to provide shelter, love, and care to those in need. They created a safe haven where every creature was valued and cherished, regardless of their appearance or background. Years passed, and Old MacDonald grew older, but his love for the farm and its animals remained unwavering. He knew that one day, he would have to pass on the responsibility of caring for the farm and continuing Goldie's legacy. One sunny morning, Old MacDonald called together the animals and announced his decision. He had chosen a young couple, Emily and Thomas, who shared his deep love for the farm and its inhabitants. Emily and Thomas had grown up hearing the stories of Goldie and Old MacDonald, and they were honored to carry on the traditions. Under their care, the farm thrived even more. Emily had a green thumb and nurtured the plants and flowers with the same tenderness as Old MacDonald. Thomas, with his gentle touch and patient demeanor, formed strong bonds with the animals, ensuring their well-being and happiness. And so, Old MacDonald's farm continued to be a place of wonder and magic for generations to come. The tale of Goldie, the golden goose, lived on through the whispered stories and the joyful laughter of children. The farm stood as a testament to the power of dreams, kindness, and the everlasting bonds of love. As the sun set over the rolling hills, casting a warm glow on the farm, Goldie stood beside Old MacDonald, her feathers shimmering in the golden light. Together, they looked out at the farm they had nurtured, the animals they had cared for, and the legacy they had created. And in that moment, Old MacDonald knew that his farm would forever be a place of love, acceptance, and dreams come true. For as long as the stories were told, and as long as there were those who believed, the spirit of Goldie and the magic of Old MacDonald's farm would continue to touch the hearts of all who ventured there. And so, their story lived on, a reminder that even the simplest of dreams can lead to extraordinary adventures.